Comics are not monolithic like some people may think. As an example, sure, superhero comics have dominated the market share for several years in America. However, they aren't the only comics that exist. There's plenty of different genres, of course. The same thing applies to publishers of comics. There's many of us out there publishing. The sheer number of publishers grows as the independent scene continues to grow due to the barrier of entry being lowered or flat out eliminated. The beauty of it is that each publisher moves at their own pace and has different target audiences. So who would we say makes up the primary audience for the Rippaverse? Obviously, we will sell comics to each and every person that is willing to buy them. We've launched more traditional hero-based comics like ISOM, but you can see that we are entertaining other genres with the introduction of Salvage and our first horror comic in Bloodroot. So if you are a person that will gravitate towards a specific title because of your taste, that's fine with us. If your favorite title is Alpha Core and that's the only title that you want to keep up with, you'll be able to do so. All that considered, our biggest sale is the universe itself. So one can make the argument that our primary target audience would be those that are interested in that aspect of the company. From the first video we've ever released, we've emphasized the universe. In our code of ethics, we reference adhering to what is canon, our continuity, and maintaining a relatively comprehensive timeline. So that's our biggest sell. Everything released through the Rippaverse is part of the same universe. The only exception to that will be the books released under Ripascend, but those are specifically identified as such. So maybe you're someone who just wants to get lost in a world and keep up with most, if not all, of our titles. You care about the various threads of each story and how some of them may or may not connect with the stories of other characters. And of course, this encourages a fandom that will be built where you can meet and interact with other Rippaverse fans, where you all converse about who can beat who and what will be the consequences of each action. Minor details aren't minor to you. This is the type of audience I think will find a home with the Rippaverse. Some of the major publishers have been around longer than your parents have even been alive, and continuity has been thrown out of the window. It's nearly impossible to keep up with, and good luck trying to dive in today and find a starting point. With the Rippaverse, you get a publisher that takes all of this into consideration from the start of the company. All of our writers are on the same page, so each story is written from the perspective of someone that is really knowledgeable on what's going on in the world. On top of that, because we are limiting the reboots, there will be an easy way for people to jump in, especially with a specific title. We want to keep this intriguing for our longtime diehards while being inviting to the new diehards. So our primary target audience are those that care about entire universes. I'm totally aware that some people will read our books as well as those that we don't publish, but our comics are set up for those that will make the Rippaverse their primary form of entertainment. This is why we are working extremely hard to have a regular release schedule. You have to have material to read after all, and we don't want to keep you waiting. If you're stumbling across this video during the Yaira #1 campaign and you are new to the Rippaverse, head over to rippaverse.com/Yaira and take advantage of the Rippaverse book pack. This gets you every single book released up until this point. Depending on what covers you get, you can get this for all under $100. That's nearly 400 pages in total across 4 books. Thanks to all of you for being customers of the Rippaverse.